Most people don't take their finances seriously until they're in their mid-40s, and by then, they've lost decades of opportunity. But what if you could take control right now? In this video, I'm going to give you the 9 financial goals you need to hit before you're 40 to create lasting wealth and freedom starting right now. Hey there, my friends. My name is Ryan D. Lee, and I hit financial freedom by the age of 34. Now, it didn't happen overnight. It was the result of a decade of intentional and powerful decisions. Since that time, I've found that my purpose is to work with people just like you, purpose-driven individuals, to empower them with money to take control over their life and achieve financial freedom in 10 years or less. I've done this with thousands of individuals, and I'm here to do it with you today. So let's dive into the topic of discussion on this video. First up, define your ideal financial lifestyle. Listen, in your 20s and even your 30s, you kind of experiment, you try things out, you make mistakes, and you figure out what truly matters to you. But by the time you're in your 40s, it's time for clarity. What actually brings you joy in life? Is it driving fancy cars, or is it spending time with your family in a home that you love? What do you want your money to do for you? Define it and ruthlessly cut what doesn't align. When you're clear on what matters most, you can begin to prioritize not only your spending to free up cash, but you can also prioritize your attention and your focus, which is what real wealth is really all about. The question that you want to have a clear answer to is, what do I want my money to do for me? Knowing this gives you a filter of what you should be doing with every single dollar that enters your life. It will also give you more meaning and purpose to the work that you do, because you'll begin to understand that the money that you're earning is indeed a tool to help you build and live a life that matters. Next up, get rid of debt, except for your mortgage. Debt is a weight, and in your 40s, you don't need that kind of stress. Responsibilities, they start to pile up. Kids, aging parents, and a career, and the last thing that you want to do is have debt holding you back. Right now, the average American is drowning in debt. In fact, the typical household carries over $104,000 in debt. Credit cards alone have an average annual interest rate of 20% or higher, which is insane. The average household spends over $2,200 a month just on debt payments. This is paying for things that you've already bought and you likely forgot why you bought them. Imagine what you could do with that money instead if it wasn't going towards interest and repayments. Most people in their 40s are sinking under the weight of this debt, but you don't have to be a statistic. Be an outlier instead. Everyone's jumping into debt today because it's so readily accessible. But like my dad used to say, if everyone's jumping off a bridge, do you want to follow? Now, I didn't like that advice as a teenager, but I definitely understand it when it comes down to staying out of debt. Don't jump off that bridge and drown yourself in debt. Keep your finances light and nimble so you can focus on the big decisions that come in life after 40. Goal number 3 is have a credit score above 800. Debt-free doesn't necessarily mean credit-free. Your credit score matters. Aim for an 800 plus credit score. Now you might ask why. If I'm not going to be going into debt, what's the point? But the point is this: when you need to borrow for a big purchase like a house, an 800 plus credit score will save you thousands of dollars in interest over the life of the loan. A single percentage point can be the difference between tens of thousands of dollars and getting the house that you want. Focus on your credit score. That is your capital to access debt responsibly and cost effectively. Your credit score is kind of like your financial report card, and getting to 800 by 40, it's not just possible, it's essential for financial freedom. Leverage and options, that's what a great score gives you. This brings me to goal number 4, which is building a rock-solid emergency fund. By 40, you should have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in liquid cash. My wife and I personally, we keep 12 months cushion just to be extra safe. Why? Because life is unpredictable. After living now 45 years, I realize more than ever that I cannot predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Kids need braces, cars break down, and unexpected opportunities will present themselves when you least expect it. Liquidity gives you freedom. It's what I call a return on attention. When you've got liquid cash, your mind is free from worry and you can focus on opportunities instead of stressing about how to handle the next curveball. Our attention is our most valuable resource, and too many people in their 40s are stuck. They're weighted down by stress of poor financial decisions of the past and not having enough liquidity to deal with the present moment. They're trapped in a cycle of scarcity, constantly worrying about what if moments instead of being ready for the what's next moments. Here's the key, my friends. Liquidity creates abundance. When you have cash reserves, you'll see more opportunities because you have the ability to act on them. You'll be in a position to advance your career, to invest, or to take a bold leap into something new, all because of liquidity. When I quit my corporate job in my mid-30s, it wasn't planned. But because I had over a year's worth of living expenses saved, I was able to seize the opportunity and start this business without hesitation. Liquidity gave me the freedom and the options that I needed to pursue my biggest dreams. Get liquid and get free. This brings me to goal number 5. Listen, by your 40s, you should have 5 times your annual expenses invested. If you've built this up, you've created a tidal wave of wealth. Compounding starts to work in your favor, and your investments, they're going to gain more and more momentum over time. Now, many people will take their investments and invest that money in the stock market, and my friends, that's a pretty good start. But if you're serious about accelerating your wealth, I recommend real estate. Real estate offers multiple ways to win: cash flow, appreciation, tax advantages, and leverage. If you have the right financial IQ, leverage can multiply your returns 5 times. That's the difference between 1 million and 5 million over time. Leverage is key, but you have to have the right financial IQ to use it. Now let's get into goal number 6, which is all about building your career capital. Your 40s should be the prime time of your career, but that only happens if you've been building career capital. Career capital is the set of skills, expertise, and experience that are both rare and valuable, the things that make you indispensable. This capital gives you leverage, the power to negotiate higher salaries, better roles, and even launch your very own business. Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000-hour rule from his book Outliers explains that to truly master any skill, you need to invest about 10,000 hours of practice. That's roughly a decade of deliberate, consistent work, honoring your craft, building expertise, and becoming the best at what you do. By the time you've hit your 40s, you should have a goal to have accumulated 10,000 hours in your career. This is your moment to cash in on that 10,000-hour rule. Now listen, those hours, they're not just about how much time you've spent, they're really about intentional growth and becoming so good at your craft that you cannot be ignored. When you focus this way on your career capital, the value you bring after a decade of building expertise is the foundation of all real wealth. This is where you turn your hard-earned skills into real money through promotions, higher paying roles, equity positions, bonuses, or finally having the confidence and expertise to go out on your own. Be so good that they can't ignore you. When you bring the rare and valuable skills to the table, you create options. And options, they're the tool of the anti-fragile. Goal number 7 might surprise you. It's having a solid fitness regimen. Fitness and finance are inseparable. You can build all the wealth in the world, but if your body breaks down, none of it matters. Now listen, I'm not saying you need to be a professional athlete, but you do need a fitness routine that keeps you strong, energized, and ready to face life's challenges with your fullest physical power. Here's the reality. Your 40s are a tipping point. Studies show that after 40, the average person starts to lose 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade if they don't stay active. And the CDC reports that adults with good physical health are about 28% more productive at work. More productivity means more earning potential and the ability to fully enjoy the wealth that you're building. But it's not just about you. Your family depends on you being healthy. Financial freedom means nothing if you're not fit enough to enjoy it or spend quality time with the ones that you love. Most people start to let their health slide in their 40s, but it's not you. When you're serious about your money, you're also serious about your health. Investing real money in your fitness is a direct investment in your financial future. Studies show that healthier people tend to be wealthier as well. Okay, this brings me to goal number 8, which is having an estate plan and life insurance. Now listen, if you followed the previous 7 goals, it means you've worked hard to build real wealth. But what happens if you're not around? By 40, you need to have a solid estate plan and life insurance. Term insurance will give you affordable peace of mind, while an estate plan ensures that your assets are distributed the way you want without the headache of probate court. But for serious savers and for those seeking real financial freedom, I recommend adding in a vault, a high cash value life insurance policy. This gives you permanent protection. You're not renting term insurance, and it also builds wealth on your terms. The vault is the central piece of the passive income machine investment strategy that I help people set up and implement to achieve financial freedom in 10 years or less. And this brings me to the last goal to hit by your 40s. Now, this is one that many people don't think about until it's too late. Goal number 9 is have the money talk with your parents. Listen, as much as you're working to take control over your financial destiny, your parents' financial situation can drastically impact you. Do they have a plan? Are they financially secure? Don't wait until it's too late to find out. So many of the people I've worked with have been derailed in their own financial plan because they had to pick up the slack of their aging parents' financial plan. This will set you back unless you plan for it right now. So now with these 9 goals, what do you do next? Here's the game plan. Number 1, define your ideal financial lifestyle. Number 2, pay off all debt except your mortgage. Number 3, build your credit score to 800 plus. Number 4, establish an emergency fund. Number 5, invest 5 times your annual expenses. Number 6, build career capital. Number 7, prioritize your health and fitness. Number 8, set up your estate plan and life insurance. And number 9, have the money talk with your parents. So my friends, thanks for watching. If this video was valuable, hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment below. Let me know which of the financial goals you're working on. And if I can provide any insight, any direction, and any help to help you hit your goals faster, I am all in to help you do that. Let's rise up and live free together, and I'll see you on the next video.